Have you ever noticed that the more you try to defend yourself, the more others twist your words? When you fight for truth, honor, or justice, you may appear desperate, while those who cause harm walk away unbothered. But what happens if you stop? No explanations, no reactions, no pursuit. That's when karma speaks for you. Imagine a snake biting its own tail. The more it struggles, the deeper the wound. But when it stops resisting, its body begins to heal itself. Life is the same. Sometimes resistance only causes more pain, while silence paves the way for justice. Karma works like an echo in the mountains. What you send out will return. Liars, manipulators, and those who cause harm may believe they've won, but in time their own actions will turn against them. While they are busy provoking and deceiving, you have an important choice: to fall into their trap or step back and let karma write the final chapter. Choosing silence is not surrender, it's a strategy. Silence takes away what manipulators crave the most: your reaction. It unsettles them, makes them wonder what will happen next, while you remain composed and in control. That's when the weight of their own actions begins to press down on them. Remember, truth holds an invisible power. It doesn't need your protection. Lies may spread quickly, but truth endures. Those who deceive, betray, or provoke you will eventually be exposed by their own behavior. And when that happens, you will have kept your dignity, your peace, and your freedom from their negativity. So when should you remain silent and let karma do its work? When someone lies about you, betrays you, insults you, manipulates you, or disregards your worth. In those moments, remember that power lies not in reaction but in self-control. Silence is not weakness. It is the smartest way to protect yourself and let life bring justice on its own. There are times in life when we feel the urge to defend ourselves, to explain everything, or to fight to be understood. However, words are not always the strongest weapon. Sometimes silence is the most powerful answer you can give. Imagine being falsely accused, misrepresented, or manipulated. Your natural instinct urges you to speak up, to argue, to prove the truth. But the more you speak, the deeper you get dragged into a pointless battle. One where your opponent doesn't care about the truth but only about provoking you. They want your emotions to control your actions. And when you react, they win. When should you choose silence? When the truth doesn't need defending. If someone spreads rumors or distorts your words, remember that truth has a way of revealing itself over time. Lies may cause temporary harm, but they cannot stand forever. By staying silent, you refuse to give rumors more power. When the other person just wants to provoke. Manipulators know that anger can make you lose control. They provoke you, push you into reacting, and then use that reaction against you. But when you don't respond, they lose their power. Silence leaves them uncertain, unable to predict your next move. When you need to maintain your dignity. Arguing with someone who doesn't want to understand only drains your energy. Don't lower yourself to debates with those who don't deserve your time. Silence isn't losing. It's a way to uphold your own value. When karma can do its work, life has a way of balancing things out. Those who harm others will eventually face the consequences of their actions. You don't need to intervene or prove anything. Karma will take care of it, and your silence will be the strongest confirmation that you trust in life's natural justice. Silence doesn't mean doing nothing. It is a deliberate action, a decision to not waste energy on things that don't deserve it. When you choose silence, you focus on yourself, on your inner peace, rather than being caught in unnecessary battles. Remember, no one can hurt you unless you allow them to control your emotions. Silence is not giving up, it is strength. A strength that makes others think, fear, and ultimately face their own actions. Letting go to be free, the power of not trying to control. We often feel uneasy when things don't go as planned. When faced with unwanted situations, our natural instinct pushes us to try to control everything, believing that if we try hard enough, we can steer the outcome in our favor. But the truth is, the more we cling, the more exhausted and powerless we feel. Think of a river. If you let the water flow naturally, it moves smoothly along its path. But if you try to block it, the water builds pressure and may eventually burst. Life is the same. When we stop trying to control, we realize that everything unfolds in its own way, often better than we initially expected. Why should we let go? The more you try to control, the more you lose control. When you force a relationship, a job, or a situation to go a certain way, you create stress and tension. You worry if things don't align perfectly, you fear losing, and you become obsessed with outcomes. But not everything is within your control. Some things are meant to be accepted rather than forced. Letting go is not giving up. Many people think letting go means surrendering, but it doesn't. Letting go means trusting. Trusting that you've done your best, that life will guide you where you need to be, even if the path looks different from what you imagined. Peace comes when you stop clinging. When you release the need to control, you experience a sense of lightness, freedom, and tranquility. You no longer obsess over results nor fear the unknown. You start living fully in the present instead of worrying about the future or regretting the past. How can you let go? Accept impermanence. Everything in life changes. Nothing lasts forever. Not pain, not struggles, not even joy. When you understand this, you stop holding on to things too tightly. Focus on what you can control. You can't control other people, but you can control how you respond. You can't dictate every event in your life, but you can choose how you embrace it. Trust the flow of life. When you relax and trust that everything happens for a reason, life becomes easier. Sometimes, loss is an opportunity for a new beginning. Sometimes, what seems like failure is actually a stepping stone to greater success. Letting go doesn't mean losing. It means freeing yourself from unnecessary burdens. When you stop trying to control, you truly become free. You begin to see more possibilities in life, and most importantly, you find the peace you have been searching for. In today's world, we are constantly caught in the cycle of work, responsibilities, and never-ending thoughts about the past and the future. We may be eating but thinking about work, talking but checking our phones, resting but filled with anxiety. As a result, we lose the present moment, the only place where life truly happens. But if we learn to live fully in each moment, life becomes more meaningful. Mindfulness helps us connect deeply with ourselves, with others, and with the world around us. It brings peace, joy, and fulfillment that we cannot find anywhere else. Why is living fully important? Reduces stress and anxiety. When we focus on the present, we are no longer haunted by the past or fearful of the future. Negative thoughts often stem from things that have not yet happened or are already over, while in reality at this very moment we are okay. Enhances connection. When you truly listen to someone without distractions from your phone or wandering thoughts, you will feel a stronger connection. Others will also feel more respected and understood when you give them your full attention. Finds joy in small things. A morning cup of coffee, birds singing outside the window, a cool breeze on your skin. All these small things can become sources of happiness if you are truly present to experience them. How to live more fully. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is not just meditation. It is how you live each moment. When eating, focus on the taste and texture of your food. When walking, feel each step and the breeze on your skin. When working, do so with your highest concentration. Let go of multitasking. Doing multiple things at once may make you feel productive, but it actually reduces work quality and increases stress. Instead of trying to do everything at once, complete each task with full attention. Slow down and enjoy. We often live too fast and forget the true meaning of life. Allow yourself to slow down. Eat without rushing. Walk without hurrying. Listen without interrupting. Reduce dependence on technology. Phones and social media can disconnect us from the real world. Take time to disconnect. Put your phone down when eating, talking with others, or enjoying a beautiful moment. Be grateful for what you have instead of always chasing what you have not yet achieved. Pause to appreciate what you already have. When you practice gratitude, you will realize that life is already fulfilling in its own way. Living fully in the present does not mean ignoring the future or forgetting the past. It means learning to enjoy each moment before you. When you are truly present, you will see that life does not need to be perfect to be happy, you just need to fully live it. In modern life, we are often caught up in worries about the future or memories of the past, making us forget the value of the present moment. Many people believe happiness comes only when they achieve something great, a better job, a nicer house, or a perfect relationship. But in reality, happiness is not a distant destination. It is the small moments in the present that we often overlook. So, how can we truly live in the present and fully enjoy life? Let go of the past and stop worrying about the future. One of the biggest barriers to enjoying the present is being obsessed with the past and anxious about the future. We often dwell on past mistakes or fear what has yet to come, keeping our minds in a constant state of stress. Take a step back. The past cannot be changed and the future has not yet arrived. The only thing we can control is this moment. When you accept that the present is all you have, you will feel lighter and enjoy life more. Focus on what you are doing. Many people have the habit of multitasking. Eating while checking their phone, working while thinking about other plans. This disconnects you from the present and reduces the quality of each experience. Practice mindfulness. When eating, truly savor the flavors. When conversing, genuinely listen without thinking about something else. When you put your full attention into one task, you will find peace and joy in that very moment. Appreciate small things. We often wait for big events to feel happy. A great vacation, a big success, or a special occasion. But if we only wait for these moments, we will miss out on many beautiful experiences right in front of us. Learn to appreciate small joys in life, the warmth of the morning sun, a friend's smile, or birds singing outside your window. When you realize happiness is not just in big achievements, life will feel much more meaningful. Learn to accept life does not always go as planned. There will be bad days, tough challenges, and things beyond our control. But instead of resisting and complaining, learn to accept them. Acceptance does not mean giving up. It means understanding that each moment, whether good or bad, has its own value. When you stop fighting reality and start embracing it, you will feel much more at peace. Be grateful for what you have. Gratitude is one of the simplest ways to live in the present. When you are grateful, you focus on what you have instead of what you lack. Each day, take a moment to reflect on things you are thankful for, a loved one, a delicious meal, or simply your health. When you practice gratitude, you will realize that life is more fulfilling than you thought. Living in the present not only helps us find peace but also allows us to fully enjoy life. When you let go of the past, stop worrying about the future, appreciate small things, and practice gratitude, you will see that happiness is not far away, it is right here in this very moment. In today's fast-paced world, people are often caught up in the whirlwind of work, responsibilities, and invisible pressures. We chase success, hoping for a better future, but forget one crucial thing. The present is the only moment we truly have. Many live with regrets about the past or worries about the future, missing out on the beautiful things right in front of them. But how can we truly live in the present and find peace within ourselves? Free yourself from the burdens of the past. Everyone carries memories and experiences from the past that they would rather forget. Failures, wounds, or mistakes can become obstacles that prevent us from fully enjoying the present. However, it is important to remember that the past cannot be changed, and dwelling on it only brings more pain. Instead of getting lost in what has already happened, focus on what you can do right now to improve your life. Stop worrying about the future. Worrying about the future is natural, but if you let it control your mind, you will always feel uneasy. The future has not yet arrived, and many of the things we fear may never happen. Rather than worrying, concentrate on actions that can help you build a better future starting today. When you devote your full attention to the present, not only do you work more effectively, but you also feel lighter and more at ease. Appreciate the small moments. Life is not just about big events or major milestones. True happiness comes from simple moments. A warm cup of coffee in the morning, a friendly smile from a stranger, or a meaningful conversation with a friend. Learn to recognize and cherish these small things. When you take the time to observe and feel, you will realize that life is much more beautiful than you once thought. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the key to living in the present. Whatever you are doing, try to focus entirely on it instead of letting your mind drift to the past or future. Some ways to practice mindfulness include a meditation. Spend at least 5 to 10 minutes a day sitting quietly, focusing on your breath, and observing your thoughts. A mindful eating. When eating, chew slowly and savor the taste and texture of your food instead of being distracted by your phone. A limiting multitasking. Try to do one thing at a time to fully enjoy each experience. Accept and be grateful for what you have. Life doesn't always go the way we want. But instead of feeling disappointed and complaining, learn to accept and appreciate what you have. Every day, take a moment to reflect on the things you are grateful for, no matter how small. When you practice gratitude, you will realize that you already have so much to be happy about in this moment. In the fast-paced cycle of life, many people feel like they are merely existing rather than truly living. We get caught up in repetitive routines, unachieved goals, and societal expectations. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, am I fully living each moment, or am I just chasing something distant? To find peace and meaning in life, we must learn to live consciously, savor each moment, and appreciate what we have. Recognize unconscious habits. Most of us have habits formed over time, some helpful but many that hinder our ability to enjoy the present. Constantly checking our phones, worrying about the future, or getting lost in negative thoughts can make us miss out on precious moments in life. Take some time to observe yourself. Are you doing things mindlessly? Is your mind drifting away instead of focusing on what's happening around you? Once you recognize this, you can begin to change your approach to life. Learn to truly experience life. Living fully doesn't mean doing more or achieving more. It means being present and truly feeling each experience. When eating, taste every flavor instead of rushing through your meal. But when talking to someone, listen attentively instead of thinking about what you'll say next. And when walking outside, feel the breeze and listen to the birds instead of worrying about work. These may seem like small things, but when you start to truly experience them, you'll notice a big difference in how you feel about life. Dare to change what no longer fits. Sometimes living fully means embracing change. There are habits, jobs, or relationships that no longer bring value, yet we hold on to them out of fear. Ask yourself, do the things I do truly make me happy? If not, what can I change? Don't be afraid to experiment. Only by stepping out of your comfort zone can you truly experience the meaning of life. Practice gratitude every day. When we are unhappy with life, it's often because we focus too much on what we don't have rather than appreciating what we do. Take a few minutes each day to write down 3 things you're grateful for. It could be a good friend, a delicious meal, or simply a beautiful day. When you practice gratitude, you will realize there is so much to appreciate in life. Accept the present as it is. Living fully doesn't mean everything has to be perfect. Sometimes, life brings challenges and difficulties that we cannot control. But instead of resisting or complaining, learn to accept things as they are. By accepting the present moment, you will no longer be trapped in negative thoughts and will be able to find better solutions to whatever comes your way. Living fully is not a destination, it is a journey. When you start being more aware of the present, feeling deeply, and appreciating what you have, you will find that life becomes much more meaningful and fulfilling.